Life is a way of teaching you exactly what you need to hear, exactly when you need to hear it also. I've learned a vital lesson. I've learned a very vital lesson. And that lesson is to never assume the trajectory of somebody else's life. It's kind of a dangerous thing to look down on anybody or to believe you figured out their future based on a single chapter in their story. I remember back in my tertiary days. I remember back in like when I was still in tertiary. There was a girl in my class who fell pregnant. She's a really cool person, and we chill and talk. But in the back of my mind, I had already written her off. Like I thought, man, this is bad. She's pregnant. Timing's off. How is she going to finish? As it turns out, life moved in a different direction than I expected at the time. The shift was a year later. I wasn't able to, like at the time, I didn't actually make it. So she moved ahead with the rest of the class and she graduated and moved on to a career while, things didn't really pan out that well in 2023. That's what it seemed like at the time. So fast forward, I was working as a cashier, relocated for a week of training at a store in Randburg. Out of all the places in the world, she walked into that store. Like, mind you, bro, like, we studied in Pretoria, right? Randburg is like, dude, like at least an hour or two depending on traffic, right? And there she was at the store. Imagine that. I mean, it was one of those things where I think I had to take like a double take to see if it was actually her, and it was. She wasn't just a student anymore. She was there with her interior design colleagues, I would assume. And it's like the roles were something else, man. I mean, her story, man, it's also one of those stories of determination. Even though the odds kind of seemed that way, she still found a way, and I admire that. Out of respect for her, I'm not really gonna say her name, but stuff is really inspirational, man. Just lets you know that no matter what, you can always emerge. You can always keep going. There I was, the one who had silently judged the struggle, right? Now the one who was sort of bringing up these things, and she was shocked to see me there. She even took a photo, literally, most likely to show our old classmates. And bro, like, the uniform that I had, it was this big shirt, like, didn't really fit me properly because I was still kind of new to the whole job at the time. And it was something else because imagine being taken a picture, somebody taking a picture of you with that kind of in that kind of state. Like, for me, it was something else, man. It was something else. Yeah. And my fellow colleagues were there as well. It was a weird moment, man. But in that moment, I don't know, man. I didn't even tell her not to take the photo, bro. It's like, yeah. So it was kind of a moment, and I felt a mix of happiness for her success and a deep stinging sense of humility for my own situation. And as she walked out of the store, bro, like, I kid you not, maybe a couple of moments after she walked out or as she was walking out, a song by Sahara began to play over the radio, and it felt like a divine message, meant specifically for that moment for me. And the lyrics spoke, it felt like they were speaking directly to me, man. And I was just trying to get it together, I was trying to hold it together, and I did. I wasn't trying to, freak out. I don't think anybody even talked about that moment. That's how hard that moment was, man, at the time. And I remember the song that was playing, right? The song just began and it went. Uyivele ngoma izovusela lumphefumulo wakho ikunike ithemba elitsha. Literally, I think this song, when translated to English, means I pray that you hear the song so that it can lift your spirits and give you new hope. And that moment kind of solidified everything. Like, I still knew this lesson even prior, but like it just brought it forward, for me at the time. And the lesson basically was, you can never look down on anybody, and for myself, I knew at that very moment that things are gonna change, things are gonna get better. I don't know how to tell you this, but it's like I felt it, bro. Like I knew, it's like I knew, man. Like I had a deep sense of knowing that this is not the end for me, and that I was gonna achieve great things, that I was gonna get, good things. And here I am today doing exactly that, winning, bro, winning every single day, in both aspects that I'm really focused on right now in my life, which is like trading and making music and stuff. So yeah, man, going back to that, that moment solidified everything. You can never look down on anybody. The person that people think is stuck or failing might be the very person who thrives the most. I think that's why I enjoy writing more about positivity and love, things like that, because this will help people, man, and that's what I'm trying to do with this. Trying to be more intentional about it. I'm not saying there's not gonna be like some braggadocio stuff here and there, but for the most part, I want to keep it about just love and spreading joy and spreading peace, togetherness. You know what I mean? And note to myself, and hopefully something that you can learn, is to always lead with respect, love, and kindness. Because you never know when your paths, you never know when your paths might cross again with somebody. And you definitely want to be remembered for your heart and not your judgment. Maybe I'll even write a song about this. I think I should.